Okay. I've been asked to give an opinion about the MEP test and accountability within our state and the current Michigan Merit Exam, which is being administered to the juniors in our high school beginning tomorrow, March 13th. And so I offer the following with a couple of talking points here to prompt me today. The testing, standardized testing in the state has certainly taken on a little different twist in recent years and is more centered on school performance and teacher performance than maybe even student performance. The one caveat to that would be the opportunity for students to earn a $4,000 Michigan Merit Scholarship if they perform, if they are successful in their test taking their junior year. After their second year, enrolled in a college or university, beginning their third year, they would receive a $4,000 scholarship to help them finish their college education and theoretically move them towards an advanced degree beyond their high school diploma. The piece that is concerning for we educators is this shift from student performance to teacher performance to school performance. And I would opine that there is some merit to having some shift to the teachers and to the schools. I would suggest that good teaching and learning is a shared venture between student and teacher. I would maintain that the student needs to maintain responsibility for his or her learning. I would maintain that the teacher and the school need to maintain responsibility for every student's learning. So the shift from student to teacher school, I think, is a healthy shift. In spirit, however, I am concerned that the MEP test, and now what I think the Michigan Merit Exam will become the definitive exam, the definitive data in relationship to a school's performance or a school district's performance, and these test scores will be elevated a little bit beyond their proper use, and I am concerned about that. I think good schools and good classrooms are, there's some intangibles that can be measured in terms of effective support for a student from a teacher, support for a student in subject areas that are not being tested by the MEP, not being tested by the Michigan Merit Exam. For example, I would cite our fine arts and our performing arts at East Lansing High School, our physical education department, and in developing the whole child, we'd like to see a child that is of sound mind, body, and sound mind, body, and soul, I suppose, without being religious, as I mentioned that. But I think we like this well-rounded student, and the well-rounded student is not measured completely by the MEP test or the Michigan Merit Exam. So I would make a case that we need to keep the MEP test in perspective, keep the Michigan Merit Exam in perspective. Couple of additional thoughts. There's some pretty good data that's pretty convincing right now. I think time will tell that students that are now taking the ACT that may not have taken this originally, there will be more students that apply for colleges and universities, to colleges and universities, than there have been in the past. We think that's a good thing. We think that a college degree, a degree from a university, allows a student to have more options as he or she looks out beyond their high school years. I think that's a good thing. So in summary, I think there's a little, I think there's good incentive for a student Michigan merit exam, possible enrollment in college or university where in fact they may not have done that in the past, shifting from student performance to teacher-school performance allows schools to have more of a role and be assessed at a higher level in terms of their performance. I think to a certain extent that's a good thing. On the downside, I'm concerned about we take the MEP test of the Michigan merit exam and we allow it to play too big a role in how we assess what's going on in a good school. And I would say we have to take a look at the whole child as you take a look at what a school does and how a student performs. On a slightly different tact here, there have been some questions about, do we teach to the test? And I would maintain that it's a little bit of a misnomer and a little bit of a sort of a simplistic view of how we take a look at the MEP test. The MEP test is a good test. I think the Michigan merit exam in general will be a good assessment of what takes place in a student's life, K through 11th grade. There is a state mandated curriculum that's a subset really of No Child Left Behind in large part. These high stakes testing is in large part a subset of No Child Left Behind. And if we teach the curriculum, which we plan on doing, which we desire to do, which we do intentionally, then the test should test the curriculum and our ability to teach the curriculum. So I suppose in a simple way you could say, well, do we teach the test? I suppose you could say we do, but really the test measures a curriculum. We teach the curriculum. The test should correlate directly to the curriculum, and if it does, then it's a pretty good test, which I maintain the MEP test is a pretty good test, and I think the Michigan merit exam will probably have a stronger positive influence than negative influence in the long run.